The starry canopy of Azarian's memory dissolves, replaced by the blinding golden warmth of a sunny afternoon. The air smells of crushed grass, sweet indigo, and the sharp, clean tang of lime. You are pulled backward, decades into the past, to a modest cottage on the outskirts of Almas. An open, sunlit field separates the house from the dark, dense tree line of a bordering forest. Zalek, you do not remember this day. You were only 1 year old, asleep in a small wooden crib near an open window, a mess of dark blonde hair catching the afternoon's breeze. Outside, the world is vibrant. Your mother, Ilaria, is 29, her strawberry blonde hair tied back, her simple yellow dress speckled with vibrant sky blue paint. Beside her is your sister, Myra, 7 years old, her fair complexion and bright eyes a mirror of your own. They are painting the exterior of the cottage with blue milk, a thick, chalky mixture of milk, lime, and ground indigo. Mira dips her brush, looking at the bright blue walls, then out of the neighboring farms. Mama, why do we have to paint it this color? She asks, wiping a smudge of blue from her cheek. None of the other houses are blue. It takes forever. Alara smiles, reaching out to gently wipe the paint from her daughter's face. Because this color is sacred. It is the color of the sky over Lastwall, the color of the Knights of Ozum. Like Daddy? Exactly like Daddy, Alara nods, her eyes drifting towards the distant horizon. He is out there right now, being a noble knight, protecting us from the dark. We paint the house blue to show our love for him, and for Andoran, and... She glances toward the tree line, her smile tightening just a fraction. It helps keep Daddy safe from the monsters. The blue reminds the shadows that the light lives here. As they paint, your gaze is drawn to the front door. Hanging from the wood is a nail wreath. It's not made of pine or holly, but of heavy iron spikes. Think of the kind that you use to lay train tracks. Bound together in a circle. It is ancient. It is heavily, deeply rusted. A jagged sentinel watching over the threshold. And just inside the shadow of the tree line where the sunlight cannot reach, something is watching back. You cannot see a face, only a cloaked silhouette, standing unnaturally still with eyes that glow with a faint necrotic pallor. The sun begins to dip. Alara and Mira wash their brushes, the sky blue paint drying into a brilliant protective shell around the house. Alara opens the front door to usher Myra inside, and as the door opens, the iron wreath shifts, and time slows to a crawl. You see a single flask of orange rust detached from the bottom spike, and you see the heavy iron nail, eaten away by decades of decay, finally snap. It falls, clink, clink, and we just hold on that for a second. And the sound of the iron nail hitting the stone step is impossibly loud. It echoes in the mind like a death knell. Alara freezes as the color drains from her face. She grabs Myra by the shoulders, perhaps a little too roughly, and shoves her inside. Go to your room, now. She does not leave the doorway. She stares at the broken wreath, her chest heaving as the sun finally sets. Night falls. The cottage is silent save for the crackle of the hearth. Alara sits in the rocking chair, holding you tightly against her chest. She is rocking you, her eyes fixed on the front door, her knuckles white. She does not sleep, she barely breathes. Hours pass. Then, a knock. Alara stops rocking. She cannot move. Her breath hitches in her throat. And the latch clicks. The door swings open on its own, and a freezing, unnatural wind howls into the warm cottage, smelling of dry earth and ancient dust. And stepping over the threshold is Jorgel the Adherent. He's draped in a heavy black cloak, his face hidden in the cowl, but the unmistakable sickly aura of the Lich bleeds into the room. He does not look like a monster. He looks like a scholar. He looks like a creditor. Good evening, Alara, the Lich whispers, his voice like dry leaves scraping across a tombstone. The wreath has rusted. The wards have fallen. I am here to claim what was promised. Alara stands, clutching you to her chest, tears finally spilling over her lashes. Please, she begs, her voice breaking. Take me, take the house, leave the boy, please. He's just a baby. The pact was struck by Harlan, Jorgel interrupts gently. One thing of my choice, and I choose the bloodline's future. He steps forward and Alara screams. The vision does not stay in the room. The camera pulls back away from her screams. It drifts out the open door and across the open field, rustling the tall grass and barley. It rises in the cool Andorian night sky, leaving the cottage behind. The screams are muffled, then silenced entirely. A gentle breeze sweeps across the field. A moment later, the cottage door opens again. Jorgel steps out into the moonlight, and in his arms, wrapped in a dark blanket, is a sleeping baby. The Lich looks down at you. He mutters a single arcane word, and the air twists around him with a soft crack of displaced air, and he vanishes, taking you to the shadowed halls of Geb. Zalek, you think back to the first vision where the golden light of the wardstone touched you and you felt a buried, suffocated spark of freedom. You didn't know what it was, and now you do. It wasn't just a feeling, it was a memory. The memory of an Andorian sun, a sky-blue house, and a mother who tried to paint away the darkness. You were not born in the shadows of Geb. You were stolen from the light. The Andorian wind fades, replaced by the deep, resonant silence of stone. The air grows cold, carrying the faint scent of beeswax, old parchment, and polished steel. You were pulled back through the years deep into the heart of Iona's keep. Corso, you were 5 years old again. You wake to the sound of raised voices echoing down the torch-lit hallway, the heavy oak door of your bedchamber slightly ajar. You slip out from under your wool blankets, your bare feet pressing against the freezing flagstones. You're small, and the keep feels impossibly large at this age. You creep down the hall, following the sound, and the voices are coming from your father's chambers. You press yourself up against the wall, and you peer through the narrow crack in the door. Inside, the hearth fire casts long, dancing shadows. Your father, Commander Vandis Iona, stands rigid in his night tunic, his posture carved from iron and duty. And in the corner, seated in a high-backed chair, is your mother, High Cleric Yndrasta. She does not speak, you only hear the soft, heavy rustle of her clerical vestments, and the quiet clink of her holy symbol as she grips it in her lap. Her silence is heavier than any shout. And pacing before them is your brother Galen. The intel is solid, Father, Galen insists, his voice tight with conviction. Joran Vaughn is moving toward Dresden. A small escort, lightly guarded. If we strike now, we can take the dwarf alive. We cut off the demon supply of enchanted steel. It could turn the tide in the northern skirmishes, Father. Vandis does not move. His voice is low and measured and deeply skeptical. Where did this information come from, Galen? You refuse to name your source. You refuse to show me the scout's report. The Ionis Order does not ride on whispers. Because the source is mine, Galen fires back, stopping his pacing. I vetted it. I trust it. I'm 25, Father. I have bled for the Order since I could hold a sword. When do I stop being in your shadow and start being your son? You want to prove your worth to this family? Then be here in 3 days. I've arranged a meeting with General Garland's delegation from Absalom. His daughter Amber will be present, and you shall follow a courtship. A union that will secure warriors, supply lines, and gold for the next decade. This is now how you serve the Order, Galen, not by chasing dwarves into the dark on unverified tips. And Galen stares at him. The firelight catches the sharp, handsome lines of his face, and for a moment you see the perfect air. Tall, broad-shouldered, flowing black hair and dark brown eyes burning with a knight's fervor. He wears a regal leather tunic, the Ionis crest stitched over his heart, but his voice cracks with something deeper than anger. It sounds like heartbreak. I am not a bargaining chip, he whispers. Then louder, more defiant, I ride at dawn with or without your blessing. He turns on his heel and storms towards the door. You scramble backward, your small heart hammering against your ribs. Through the crack, you catch one last glimpse of him as he passes. His face is set in stubborn, idealistic determination, and he looks every bit the shining paladin the world expects him to be. But you are 5. You do not understand politics. You do not understand supplies or courtships. You only understand that the foundation of your house is fractured. You quietly push your bedchamber door shut, and the latch clicks softly. You climb back into bed, pulling the wool blankets up to your chin, listening to the heavy, echoing footsteps of your oldest brother fading down the stone hall. The next day, Galen rides into the world wound. He never comes back. The torch-lit hallway dissolves into the grand dining hall of Iona's Keep, but the usual warmth of the hearth is gone, replaced by the suffocating stench of copper and blood. Sitting at the head of the massive oak table is a lone crusader deacon. He's still wearing his dented breastplate. His boots are caked in the black mud of the abyss, and he looks starved, hollowed out, his eyes staring at a fixed point on the wall. A maid steps nervously from the kitchen, placing a steaming bowl of soup and a mug of water before him. Deacon mumbles a raspy thanks, but he doesn't touch it. He cannot eat it. He cannot drink, not until the words are out of his mouth. Seated at the table with him are your father, Vandus, your mother, Andrasta. Flanking them are your older brothers, Hisan and Kavan. And sitting on a practical leather couch in the adjoining room, legs dangling, are you and 6-year-old Titus. You are too young to be at the table, too young to understand the words being spoken, but no one has the heart to send you to bed. It was a trap, Commander. Deacon whispers, his voice cracking. The intel was a lie. We had joined Vaughn in our sights at the edge of a gorge, but as we moved to ambush, the earth just gave way. A spell, no doubt. We fell into the ravine, and the demons were already waiting in the dark. Deacon swallows hard, his hands trembling against the oak table. Galen fought like the inheritor himself. He cleared a circle around us, but then she appeared. Aurilu. Hassan and Kavan bury their faces in their hands, their shoulders shaking with silent, violent sobs. On the couch, Titus grips your small hand, his eyes wide and confused. She didn't attack. Deacon continues, staring through the table. She offered a deal. She told Galen to come with her, and she would spare the rest of us. And Galen, he didn't hesitate. He unclasped his sword. He took off his amulet. He dropped them in the dirt and walked toward her. Deacon's breath hitches, a tear finally cutting through the grime on his cheek. But after he left, she wasn't looking at him. She was looking at us. She didn't speak aloud, but the demons heard her in their minds. I heard it too. She told them, kill them all. Leave one to carry the word. Deacon goes on to tell them about the loose stone at the end of Galen's bed, about the hidden note, and about the vial of blood. The weeping of your older brothers fills the hall, but at the head of the table, Vandus and Andrasta do not cry. Vandus sits frozen, his expression is a terrifying, unreadable mask, a volatile storm of despair, blinding fury, and a crushing, unspeakable guilt. His jaw is locked so tight it looks as though his teeth might shatter. And beside him, Andrasta is a statue. Her knuckles are bone-wide as she grips the edge of the table. She wants to break down. You can see the tremor in her neck, the glassy sheen in her eyes. But she is the High Cleric. She is the matriarch. She holds her resolve, anchoring the room with her silent, agonizing strength. Without a word, Vandus stands. Your mother stands. They move together, united front of shattered stone, and walk out of the dining hall, heading upstairs to find the loose stone. And as they pass the leather couch, you look down at the pristine, polished flagstones of the keep. Leading from the front door all the way to the dining table is a trail of Deacon's muddy, bloody footprints, staining the legacy of the Ionis Order. You stare at the mud. You don't understand the politics. You only know that your brother is gone and the keep will never be clean again. The muddy footprints fade into the gray ash of the gray garrison floor, and the vision ends. You are back in the ruined chamber, and the mythic power hums in your veins. The wardstone is destroyed. In course, as the golden light recedes from your skin, you look down at your hands. You're not holding radiance. You're not holding your holy symbol. Your fingers are tightly wrapped around a heavy, familiar piece of metal. Galen's amulet. You don't know the truth of what happened in the gorge. You don't know the lies your parents swore to keep. You just know that you were holding on to your brother. The air grows thick, smelling of wet limestone and the sickening coppery tang of a corrupted gold. You were pulled backward, deep into the roots of the Five Kings Mountains, to a time before you had a name. You were sitting on the cold stone of a vast echoing cavern, and before you lies a subterranean lake, its surface as black and still as glass. Standing at the edge of the water are two dwarves, your parents. They are clad in the heavy soot-stained leathers of a Sky Citadel artisanal cast. They look exhausted, their faces lined with a deep ancestral weariness. But there are no tears in their eyes. Dwarves do not weep over the math of survival. Between them rests the source of their exhaustion, a massive, impossible heavy reliquary forged of demon-fused iron and gold. It hums with a sickening, zealous vibration. Just looking at it makes the air feel thin. It is a treasure that has driven your clan mad with greed and violence. It cannot be destroyed by dwarven law, but keeping it will destroy your people. And standing across from them, as still and unyielding as the cavern walls, is Undar Sleetstone. He is broad, his strength settled like a boulder that has already stopped rolling. His pale gray eyes evaluate the relic, then your parents, then you. The deep trench at the bottom of the lake will hold it, Undar says, his voice echoing softly off the stalactites. The water will crush it, the dark will hide it. But the earth does not take burdens without a counterweight. The scale of the world must balance. Your father looks at the humming, corrupted relic of the Sky Citadel, then down at you. You are not crying, you are simply watching a single drop of water fall from the cavern ceiling, tracking its descent with quiet, unblinking focus. The clan gave up its greatest treasure to save its soul, your father says. His voice is low, a steady rumble. We give up our bloodline to balance the ledger. He has the stillness. He will endure the correction. Your mother kneels. She does not hug you. She does not wail. She simply places a heavy, calloused hand on your small shoulder, a silent, stoic acknowledgement of the duty you are now born to carry. She stands, and together they turn and walk away. You listen to the rhythmic thud, thud of their iron shoes boots fading up the tunnel until there's only the sound of the dripping water. They do not look back. The transaction is complete. Undar steps forward, and with a display of effortless strength, he lifts the massive, humming reliquary onto his shoulder as if it were made of pine. He looks down at you, and he reaches into his robes and pulls out a small, smooth, unmarked stone token wrapped in a thin cord to wear around the neck. He holds it out, letting you look at it, a reminder of something that sank because it carried too much. He looks from the token to the massive relic on his shoulder and finally to you. You were not given to us because you were weak. You were given because the mountain required a counterweight. You are the balance. He turns and walks into the black water of the lake as he puts the stone around his neck and hides it under his robes. The relic and child in his care now, sinking the corruption to save the clan and raising the child to preserve the order. The black water of the cavern fades in the gray ash of the gray garrison, and the vision ends. You are back in the ruined chamber, and the mythic power now hums in your veins. Angek, for your entire life, you believed you were a child of the quiet hold, offered for a debt you were never allowed to understand, but now, the cold, unvarnished truth settles into the root of your mind. You were not a hostage, you were a counterweight, a mathematical necessity to sink a demon-scarred madness into the deep. The monk in you recognizes the perfect, unfeeling logic of the transaction. The dwarf in you feels the heavy ancestral pull of the bloodline that was traded away. You do not weep and you do not rage. You simply close your eyes, draw a slow, measured breath, and file the memory of away. It is a heavy stone. You will meditate on it later. The silent subterranean lake shatters into the blinding, deafening reality of the holds of Belkson. The air is thick with the smell of dried blood, unwashed bodies, and the sharp, unnatural tang of alien ozone. Mazir, you were dragged backwards. You were on your hands and knees in the dirt. A heavy rusted iron collar is locked around your neck, tethered by a thick chain to the floor of a cramped sunbaked cage. A boot kicks the iron bars. Rise and shine, dog. Time to earn your keep. Standing on the other side of the bars is Ozim Zaido. He is his early 30s, bald, with strange geometric tattoos that crawl across his tan skin. He wears dark purple armor that looks slightly alien, humming with a faint technomatic energy that makes your teeth ache. He looks down at you with absolute crass arrogance. To him, you aren't a warrior or even a person. You are an investment. You rise to your feet, the chain pulling taut. Osman steps close to the bars, leaning in to sneer at you, his face inches away from yours. I got a special prop. You don't give him the satisfaction of any more words. You snap your head forward. Crack! Your forehead connects with his nose. He stumbles back, a thick line of blood trickling down his nose, and for a second he laughs. It's a sharp, ugly sound. Good. Keep that spirit going, you're going to need it today, he chuckles, wiping the blood away. Then his smile vanishes, and in a blur of motion he draws a jagged, alien steel dagger and presses the tip directly against your eyeball through the bars. And his voice drops to a deadly whispering hiss. But the next time you do that, you'll see how fucking good you fight with one eye, you fucking pig. He unlocks the chain, and you were shoved into the holding pens. The slaves are lining up, getting ready to be fed to the sands. You take your place next to P.2. You do not need to speak. A shared glance, a bump of the shoulder, that is all it takes. You were born in the same tribe, yes, but that isn't what makes you brothers anymore. You were brothers of blood, forged in the rusted cages of the sun-baked sands of Belkson. You have starved together, you have bled together. You have dragged the broken bodies of your people out of the arena and into the unmarked graves. P.2 looks at you, his face a map of scars. He taps his chest. The real tribal sign for I cover your back. And you nod, tapping your chest in return. And in the pit of filth you fight for one reason, to make sure the other one sees tomorrow. The iron gates grind open and the blinding sun hits your face, followed instantly by the deafening rabid roar of the crowd. You charge out into the arena. The sand is already stained black, and scattered in the dirt are rusted dull weapons left behind by the dead. You dive, your hand closing around the hilt of a chipped longsword. P.2 rolls and comes up with a splintered spear, and then the beast rises. A furcifer. It stands 15 feet tall, a hunchbacked primordial nightmare of reptile and plant. Its hide is a vibrant, intoxicating tapestry of blooming flowers, but the sickly sweet perfume is entirely overpowered by the stench of the dead. It has opposable claws, a bony crest shielding its neck, and a massive prehensile tail that whips through the air like a siege weapon. The other slaves charge blindly. The furcifer swipes its massive claws, and they are torn apart in seconds. Blood splays across the blooming petals of its hide, but not you, and not P.2. You fight with the brutal synchronized rhythm of survival. When the beast's tail sweeps low, P.2 vaults over it, driving his spear into the shoulder to draw its rage. When the monster snaps its jaw at him, you slide through the dirt, bringing your rusted longsword up in a vicious two-handed arc, hamstringing its massive hind leg. The crowd is screaming, baying for blood. Humans, orcs, dwarves, halflings, all of them filth, cheering for your slaughter. The furcifer roars, rearing back to crush you. But you don't flinch. You plant your feet in the blood-soaked sand, and as the beast lunges, the dormant, ancient magic in your veins surges. Your eyes ignite, glowing like molten gold in the dust-choked air. You step inside its guard, pivot on your heel, and drive the rusted longsword upward with unnatural strength, burying it to the hilt in the soft, unarmored hollow beneath its jaw. The beast shudders. The molten light fades from your eyes, as if a massive weight collapses into the dirt, shaking the arena. You stand over it, chest heaving, covered in its blood. P.2 stands at your side, his spear lowered. The crowd erupts into a frenzy, whooping and hollering, throwing coins and rotten fruit into the sand. But neither of you react. You stand there in the silence of your own brotherhood, staring at the stands with absolute, unfiltered disgust. But then, you freeze. And your eyes lock onto a specific section of the stands. Sitting next to Osmond Zydo, surrounded by the filth of the Technic League, is a woman. She is stiff, her posture rigid, looking as though she would rather be anywhere else in the world. The roar of the crowd fades into a dull, underwater hymn. The blood on your hands go cold because you know that hair, the light, mousy brunette color of it. Even though it is matted now and harried, disheveled by captivity, you know the geometry of her jaw. You know the eyes staring back at you in sheer, unadulterated terror. But it is impossible. You know she died. She opens her mouth to speak, and the vision shatters. You're back in the ruined chamber of the Grey Garrison. The golden light fades from your skin, but the mythic power hums in your veins. Mazir, the deafening roar of the Belkson crowd is gone, replaced by the quiet dripping of the dungeon. But the phantom weight of the iron collar still rests against your throat. And the ghost of a face you thought was buried in the Numerian dirt is burned into your mind. You stand around in this radiant circle, the wardstone gone, and you all feel the mythic power within your veins. Starting to course through you, pulse through you, each one taking its own shape within the hollows of your soul. And just at that moment, you look towards the door as Arilu Vorlesh steps to her feet.
Oh no. Oh,
and we'll see you next week, guys.
Oh
my god.
Listen, it's fine.
God.
She's like totally not gonna kill us.
She's
Thank you for watching the Point of Luck podcast. Catch another episode every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Like a boss.
All right, we got that clean.
I think that's it.
All right.
What are we going to do today, Pinky?
same thing as every day.
Try to take over the world.
The pinky, and the brain.
I don't remember a single thing from that show,
That shit was awesome.
but I knew it was great.
Dude, Freakazoid, Animaniacs.
I remember watching Freakazoid just because, funny motions and
He's just
sounds.
running around like some...
I'm sure if I
fucking
watched it now as an
retard.
adult, there's probably so many jokes they slipped in because they pretty much did that with most shows back then.
Yep. They're like, these parents aren't paying attention. Fuck these kids.
I liked Ed and Eddie because it matched my retarded brain at the time.
That was a good one.
Dude, Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, yeah.
That one was weird as hell.
So good, but look, I watched an episode of it like on YouTube probably a couple months ago, and I was like,
Not appropriate for
wow,
children.
this show is not good at all.
And then you look it up, the guy who made the show had never done anything with children in his entire life.
it shows. Well, the fact that he worked at a sex hotline in a kid's show, that was his job.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
And he was from down under.
Oh, yeah, he was Australian.
He's Australian.
Or what's that one show? Ed and Stimpy or...
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimp. That was show
Dude.
was also
My
domestic.
mom didn't let me watch that one.
There's like straight up like that one where he's sawing a log.
Oh, yeah, it's like they're...
On his
yeah,
back.
Exactly.
Dude,
And
there's an
you're just
episode where
like,
they go to
oh my-
hell. Like, literally, they're in hell.
Or how about the... I think it was in Rocko's Modern Life, the devil guy that has like the udders for a head,
Yes.
shoots milk out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, shows.
That was strangely okay for me.
We did have some of the best shows and then some of the weirdest shows.
Dude, Johnny Bravo is...
Oh, Johnny Bravo was sick.
My mama wore
I
a woman like you.
loved,
I hope she's right.
I loved Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Oh, Ed and Ed
Yeah,
is great.
Stupid, but so funny.
It was so dumb.
Plank. It's just a piece of wood.
If you go watch the actual voice actors, they actually made all the characters sort of look like the actual voice.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the guy who plays Ed, he goes, "Dude, I have the best job in the world."
Oh, dude, being a voice actor on that show.
Sorry, Tall Dumb Ed, that one.
I love everybody.
My parents let me watch. Well, my dad let me watch South Park when I was a kid. So
Yeah.
it's obviously the best.
I was a Hey Arnold fan.
Oh yeah,
That was nice.
That was
Okay.
That was one of my favorites.
great show.
Hey Arnold,
Move
move it, football head.
Football.
What was the girl's name?
Angelica.
No, that was Rugrats.
Oh, that's Rugrats.
Something. She had like an Italian kind of sounding name.
Helga.
Helga. I think it
Helga
is
G.
Helga.
Pataki.
Tacky. There we go, dude. Speaking of weird shit, the Nightmare Train episode
Oh boy.
that like literally ends on like, oh no, it's actually real,
Yeah.
and it cuts to credits. You're like, what the hell is going on right here?
Remember being a kid when they'd slip in those episodes and you're like,
What is going on?
what?
I was legitimate like scared. I was like, oh, I don't want to go to bed.
How'd they do that? Yeah, there was like an episode of Rugrats where like they thought Chucky was an alien. And then the ending of
And
the,
he is.
and the ending of the show, they're in his playhouse and then it shoots up as like a rocket ship into space and then that was it. And we're going, wait, what?
You're like, what in the heck? What is going
Chucky
on?
wasn't. They were right to be mean to him then. Little redhead retard. I can say that. I'm a ginger.
Oh, that means you can say the N word too.
Oh yeah, ginger.
And then also you realize,
Where are my G words at?
when you watch that show, like the parents are like ancient. Then you realize now like they're like 29.
I know.
They're 30. It's like, yeah, I see why the dad's so tired all the
Oh,
time.
dude, Dexter's Lab. Come on.
Oh, Dexter's Lab. Yeah.
Did they get out of my laboratory?
That was one of my.
Mandark.
Oh, so good.
The episode where he had tried to learn French, but it got stuck on repeat. But he was still wooing women with just that one
Wait,
phrase.
was that the same episode where they played dodgeball and he builds like the mech to shoot
Yes.
dodgeballs?
Yeah, that episode was great.
Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
You didn't?
Uh-uh.
No shit.
Pokemon, of course.
That was a good one. Yu-Gi-Oh was pretty dope.
Now, everyone watched Pokemon, but did you watch Digimon?
Oh, Digimon was good. The movie was a slapper, dude.
Never got into Digimon.
After season, I think it was like the second season, like all the creatures started getting insane.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, Digimon lost the plot like Pokemon did too. I mean, eventually you just lose the plot because you're just running out of ideas.
Apparently, there's Pokemon out there now because they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, they're
It's
just like ice cream cone.
cone.
Yeah, or a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Nice, Dan.
Shorty thick.
That's funny that we both thought of the
The ice cream. I remember
It's
watching a video. I was like,
ridiculous.
Fuck, dude.
Be right out. I hope you're not using the toilet. It's broken.
No, I was
you
just
imagine?
shaving.
I was running a little late, so I thought I'd shave some time.
Okay. I was so tired at work today because I didn't sleep enough that like the professional workplace mask was slipping way too early in patient interactions. I think they appreciated it though. Hopefully.
You were trying to make an effort, but it just wasn't conveying on the face.
No, my like real personality was slipping out instead of service, customer service line.
Being tired in a service-oriented job when somebody's telling you about like the worst thing that's ever happened to them and you start yawning.
Oh, that's rough.
See, the problem is, Dan, the office I sit in, the AC is always blasting, so my eyes get like super dry. And then if I don't sleep enough, then my eyes are just dry because you're tired, right?
Yeah.
My one coworker always comes over for like 5-10 minutes just to chit chat because she comes over to see the peds kids and then go back to the adult side. But like, she always perfectly times this to the point when my eyes are getting really scratchy. So in order to make them not scratch, I got to yawn to like force some tears in there. But it's always when she's there and I'm like, yawning as she's talking. She's like, "Am I boring you, Lynn?" I'm like, "No, I swear it's my eyes, not you."
Should have threw a fast one at her, been like, yeah.
I like the fanfare. Get on my leather mask and cape. Wait, that's my gimp outfit. Oops.
Sometimes it has to.
Actually, Justin's been editing more recently than me.
It's true.
Justin, when you hear this, look behind you.
I go to restroom.
Do it.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Since the new Star Fox remake's coming out, I came across one of the best and most oldest internet memes where before the planes hit the Trade Center and then someone edits in Pepe going, do a barrel roll. And then when it crashes, like one of them is like, no.
I just watched a video
great.
of a dude just doing a Star Fox 64 playthrough, but he got like the uncompressed voice files.
Oh, nice.
So like, you know, when it's like, oh, Fox, da, 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 you know, all it sounds like it's coming through radio chatter. It sounds just like normal recording voice. Well, you know, like they're still like doing the voice, but it's like, it sounds so disconcerting, but in like a cool way. And you're like, oh, this is amazing. And the narrator is the best. It's like Corneria,
Fourth planet of the line.
who apparently also voices like every bad guy in the game.
Oh, he does?
Andros, Starwolf. Yeah, it's like he's
Sweet.
same dude.
Great game. I'm stoked for the remake.
If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. No. And the game over sound plays. Fox.
Dun 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 dun.
I was a child. Andros is really hard, okay?
What game
True.
has the best menu music?
GoldenEye's up there for sure.
Oh, that's a good.
The watch is.
That's a good answer.
Now,
That's the one I
Earthbound.
was thinking.
now
That's
say
why I
menu.
brought
Are you
the question.
talking like pause menu or title menu? Could I have both?
Sure. Halo's up there, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Every time you turn on with a LAN party and everybody starts singing at the same time.
Have you seen the one video? The one dude went to like the cathedral somewhere in Europe and he started just doing the Halo chants. Sounds awesome. The Gregorian chants. Ocarina of Time opening's pretty a banger.
I will throw out for your consideration the original Age of Empires.
Wait, AOE.
Oh,
AOE,
yeah.
AOE one.
AOE 1,
Yep.
the first.
The Red Alert 2 main menu music was pretty damn good as well.
Okay.
Okay, best opening cinematic to a game back when they used to do those.
Oof.
Just like the opening cinematic or like the opening crawl, the opening video.
Intro
whatever.
to the game.
Yeah. Either like on game start or like, you know, like let's say like right when you hit start for the first time.
Some of the OG, like StarCraft.
Hold on, I'll let everyone stew on this because I wanted to play this before we went past the pause menu music.
Perfect.
I wanted to play this to see if anybody knew what this was from because this to me was like the OG best pause music back in the day.
Zone of Enders. No. Is this Banjo Kazooie?
Also great music, by the way.
Anything rare?
Oh, it sounds so.
Super Monkey Ball?
Is it the first Ratchet and Clank?
No,
No.
it's old. It's
I have
old.
no idea what this is.
Like this was OG.
Are we talking N64 or Super Nintendo?
Maybe even older than that. I'm talking maybe even NES.
NES?
Yeah, I think it's NES.
Duck Hunt?
NES. No,
Tetris.
no.
No.
Tetris had a
I
good
don't-
one.
Yeah, it did.
Tetris did.
There's only like one side.
But that's literally all it is. But it's just
Is that Ness's game?
It's not Earthbound. No. I know Earthbound.
Earthworm Jim on the Genesis.
that was a great game.
Jackal.
no. I will confirm it's the NES.
Space Invaders.
No,
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I don't know.
this is Battletoads.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Damn,
yes.
I've only played that maybe once
That
in
was
my entire
like-
life.
Way back in the day, I remember me and my sister would like, yeah. That one was good. So, what was your question, Landon?
Best opening like cinematic or like initial video, either on game start when you load it in or like after you hit like play for the first time. Because basically, my answer forever is the Red Alert 2 opening cinematic.
See, I never played those.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I've only heard good things.
Just because like it's basically all like full motion video, you know, it's super cheesy.
Yeah.
And then like they hit you with the fucking Hell March 2 at the very end. It's like all the missiles are flying off. Kyle, I'll send you the video right now. You watch at your leisure.
Oh, please do.
That,
I'm
Watch it at your leisure.
that one's
I'd
good.
probably
Man, that's
say
I said Westwood.
StarCraft Brood
Proudly
War
presents.
intro. The intro cinematic was pretty cool.
yeah.
Was it this StarCraft 2 where the Marine gets all the stuff put on him?
That's Wings of Liberty.
Yeah, that one is pretty dope.
Your freedom, Mr. Finley, comes at a price.
I will
That
say,
armor will be your prison.
I will say the most recent one that's stuck in my head right now that I have to mention that will always get me in the mood for the game was Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
one had a good
stupid
one, yeah.
little cinematic
That
is so
was
good.
awesome.
No, sweet liberty.
There's a
familiar.
bunch.
This is happening all over the universe right now.
I know there's a ton of more, but I just can't remember all of them.
Yeah, there's so many good ones.
They're all beating the shit out of. They're like planting the flag in that bug. Become a part of an elite fighting force for freedom.
God! They just start burned alive.
So good. That one is
The
pretty
memes of
good.
just like that game was just so great.
They're doing a Warhammer crossover
Oh, really?
for Helldivers.
Yeah, that was cool. That little preview video.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good. I mean, Star Fox intro is always one of my favorites.
Wasn't Skyrim's really good?
Oh yeah.
Didn't it do the trailer basically? Or I don't remember. No, I'm thinking wrong.
Remember? Okay.
No,
Wrath of
no,
the Lich
yes,
King.
yes. Skyrim's opening is legendary. It's the fucking you're in the carriage and he's like, "Oh, you're finally awake.
Oh, you're finally awake.
We're just about to cross the border."
That was so perfect.
It's so good. I mean, it's legendary.
Well, speaking of Elder Scrolls, freaking, what's the one? Oh crap, I'm forgetting the.
Fallout.
No, not Fallout.
Fallout's
Elder
so good.
Scrolls with the.
Online.
No.
Skyrim. Oblivion.
Fallout
Oblivion,
76.
the Oblivion with freaking going through the just like the views of everything, and it has
Oblivion had some
the
amazing
voiceover just kind of talking about
all 6 voice actors in that game and Patrick Stewart.
Hey, Patrick
Patrick
baby.
Stewart.
Sean Bean, dude.
I love
Yep,
that they
man,
kept
Sean
just
Bean.
all the original voice
Sean
lines.
Bean.
Nothing changed.
Sean Bond.
John Bond.
What's that
Patrick Stewart.
I love that they kept all of the original voice lines. Like nothing changed.
one? Oh yeah.
Dude, that remake was so good.
Yeah.